I had to do a quick follow-up from this reel that I posted last week about how RFK Jr., our current Secretary of HHS, actually praised Steak and Shake for changing their frying oil from vegetable oil to beef tallow, and how that actually increases the saturated fat percentage by nearly 300%, and if anything, makes our fries less healthy for us. Since then, unfortunately, more restaurants have jumped on this marketing gravy train, including Popeyes, Outback Steakhouse, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Smashburger. In addition to the slew of evidence that we already have that seed oils are in fact not inflammatory and, if anything, are probably good for us, a study just came out last week on March 6th in JAMA, perhaps the most respected peer-reviewed medical journal, and looked at the difference between butter and plant oil intake and mortality. So literally who died more based on what type of fat they were consuming. And they found that in a group of more than 20,000 people who consume the most plant-based oils, aka seed oils, they had a 16% lower risk of dying in this cohort. Compare that to people who consume the most butter, and this was associated with a 15% higher risk of mortality. Now, butter is not beef tallow, but the nutrition is very, very similar. Substituting just 10 grams or about 2 teaspoons of butter for plant-based oil was associated with a 17% lower chance of dying in this group of people, and also a 17% lower chance of dying from cancer specifically. In fact, two of the seed oils most demonized by the wellness industry, canola oil and soybean oil, were associated with a 15 and 6% lower chance of dying. And no, the study wasn't funded by Big Seed Oil. It was funded by the NIH. And no sane healthcare expert is saying that deep fat fried foods are good for us. The problem is that this barrage of misinformation around seed oils has caused restaurants and now our government officials to focus on changes that are actually making our food less healthy for us. And even more alarming, our efforts, time, and very limited resources are being distracted away from things that are actually going to improve the health of Americans, while at the same time policies are being enacted that are actually going to harm the health of Americans, such as cuts to SNAP, Medicare, and Medicaid. So please, just stop it with the seed oil nonsense so we can actually educate people on things that are actually going to make them healthier, and we can work on policies that are actually going to improve the health of Americans.